Hello, students. In this activity, you are going to take the role of a young girl, a 15-year-old girl, working in an English cotton mill in the mid 19th century. Now, in this time period, the work week for workers in cotton mills and silk factories was very long. For example, female mill workers in New England, here in the United States, in 1839 averaged a 73-hour week. 73 hours in a week working. When you consider today, most workers work 40 hours a week. That's kind of the standard. So in the mid 19th century, workers were they were working almost twice as long as workers today. Um, in Japan, as we will see going forward, the hours could be even much longer in these Japanese silk factories. So you're going to take a look at a summer work schedule in a English cotton mill in the 19th century when I get done talking here. Again, you're going to take the role of a 15-year-old girl who's beginning her third year in an English cotton mill. Why girl? Well, because back in this time period, it was very common for factory owners to employ women. Um, and there's many reasons for that. Typically, women could be paid a lower wage than men. Women, of course, back in this time period, it was easier for male factory owners and the male supervisors in the floor to push them around and boss them around. The women wouldn't they wouldn't fight back. They wouldn't complain as much as maybe male laborers would. So there's all sorts of reasons, but it was very common for these factories to be staffed by women. So anyway, in this particular activity, the owner of the mill, he is thinking about tinkering with the daily schedule a little bit. Again, you're going to take a look at the schedule when I get done talking here. And he's asked a few of the workers, yourself included, for their opinions. There are some considerations you have to take into as you are tinkering with the schedule here. First, this is the mid 19th century. There's no electrical power in the mill, so you're not going to have light in the evening. So you're limited to working hours between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. All right, so you can't run a third shift or anything like that. Each worker must work at least 70 hours, so we have to have a 70-hour work week. Three, if we reduce hours, that's going to result in a reduction in pay. This is back in the 19th century. Again, there was no paid vacation or sick time or insurance or anything like that. Back then, if you didn't work, you did not get paid. So any reduction in hours is going to result in a reduction in pay. And finally, probably most importantly, the reason that you are a 15-year-old girl working in a factory is your family is very poor. Okay, so you are required. It's required to, you have to go to work because you have to support your family. Okay, so your family is very, very poor. So you need to keep that into consideration. Going forward as you tinker with the schedule. So again, your task is you're going to take a look at the schedule when I get done talking here. Your task is to suggest some revisions to the factory owner, and after you take a look at the schedule here. Again, so what changes would you make to the schedule? And you have to work at least 70 hours. And your meal times are not included with that. So you're going to have a half hour for breakfast, breakfast and dinner, but that will not be included. That will be unpaid time. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now, and you can go ahead and take a look at the schedule on this next part.